Right, ladies and gentlemen, time for a bit more product chat and some more product news for you. And I'm pleased to say I'm joined by this man again, Mr. James Hudson from JF Hudson, who has got yet another product for you. So the last time we were out with James, we were having a look at the compact front boxes, cracking little innovation there. So today, this is the Silo Crab.
Yeah, this is the Silo Crab.
Go for it. In a nutshell, what's a Silo Crab?
So basically, it's a bucket with doors on the front that is used for collecting up the leftovers of what the cows haven't eaten in front of the feed fence.
Yeah.
So we're here at Metcalfe Farms at Washfold, and before they put fresh feed out, they collect up what's left.
Yeah.
Because that then means they can weigh it, so they know how much the cows have eaten, and it also means they can work out how much it costs to feed them on a daily basis.
Right.
And it also, that information also feeds back into nutritionists. So if there's too much being left, they can alter the diet.
They can kind of work out what's going on.
It's managing what the cows are eating.
Yeah.
Previously to the Silo Crab, it was a massive bucket, and basically drive down the feed. The bucket was 9 foot wide, same width as the Manitou.
Yeah.
Drive down the feed passage, get to the end, and manually shovel the left what you couldn't get it to pick up in.
I was going to say, because like for a lot of people, they'll just be able to push straight out of the end of the passage and maybe up against the wall, but they're not able to do that. No. It just explains some of the the challenges they've got.
Yeah, because the building's laid out they are, the cows go to the parlour and return to the parlour through the middle of all the buildings. So it's effectively 6 feed passages that go up to a dead end where there isn't anything to push against.
So up to a gate that you can't push up against.
And it's all to do with the group sizes, and it really works. But obviously that then means that when it comes to this job, it's a bit of a challenge. Yeah. And previously it was push as far as you could, get as much as you could in, and then the last bit you had to shovel in manually. Well, this was basically, this saved that manual bit of work. Right.
So this was literally born out of this specific challenge at Metcalfe Farms.
Yeah.
But you can also imagine it, at a lot of other places.
This was Philip ringing up and saying, look, I've had an idea, come and talk to us and see if you can help. We delivered the first one last March, which was basically 2 doors bolted to Philip's bucket. And so that one's been here, what are we at now, 15, 16 months now? And it's done a lot of work. Yeah. I worked it out and, I measured it, and there's 965 metres of feed fence to collect from every day.
Thick end of a kilometre across the ground every day.
Every day.
So that must throw up a few more challenges, like wear rates of these rubbers and whatnot and whatever else on there.
Well, in fairness, that was why I measured it. Yeah. Because we wanted to make sure that they were lasting as long as they should be, really. It saved on a daily basis 45 minutes a day. Right. Which, when you calculate that over a year of man time, machine time, and everything in together, it adds up to a lot of money. Right. And so the one that is here, I calculated based on that and based on an hourly rate and a machine rate, it paid for itself in 173 days. All right. So this one we've built as a complete bucket. This is
you start from ground up with this one as opposed to an adaptive bucket.
In fairness, adapting a bucket's all very well, but you end up adding more weight where you don't need it. And in fairness, buckets aren't designed to have hydraulic doors strapped to the side of them. So this is designed specifically for that job. So we've managed to save weight where we can, but make it strong where it needs to be as well. Right. Routing of the hydraulic pipes is better on this one because we can do
well, I see just around these corners there, just around the back, you've gone sort of through the bucket almost.
Well, yeah, I mean that's adding strength, but also it's stopping the pipes.
Yeah, you get a bigger radius on them.
Yeah. So and I mean, it's quite obviously there's a lot of weight on the front of this bucket because of the doors. Yeah. So obviously engineering that into it as well. The sides are engineered to take the weight of them, but also they get put under a lot of stress.
Well, that's it, because you're literally pushing into stuff, aren't you? Yeah, so there must be stresses on them doors.
Well, you get them sort of that way. You get them through the doors,
coming back at you.
If you run into something, it's a fair smack going all the way through. So you're trying to work out how to best dissipate any impact forces throughout the bucket, so something doesn't break. But then also you've got quite a lot, because when you've got the doors open, you've got quite a lot of upward force as well. Right. That's putting a lot of stress on the side. So engineering it to take take that as well.
Yeah.
But it's got to do the job. It's got to do the job day in, day out. So the first one, the bucket was 9 foot wide.
Yeah.
So when it's closed, it's 11 foot wide. Yeah. When it's open, it's 15 foot wide.
So it's fair tool is the first prototype.
So that's, and some of that reason was because that bucket had to be as wide as the Manitou, because that's the bucket was being used for the job. Yeah. Whereas this is 7 foot wide, so we could afford to lose width because the doors would gain it back anyway. Yeah. Yeah. So basically we've built this one, and effectively we could go small quite easily. Yeah. So, you know, as we've said a couple of times already, it was born out of quite a bit of a niche issue, this machine, this bucket. Do you think there's other applications for it? Maybe other industries, or I don't know, other areas? There is potentially within the poultry industry for cleaning out poultry sheds. Yeah. It's not something we've tried. This is basically, we built this one as a demo machine to basically show farmers what it does and see if it suits their system. I don't want to sell somebody something that isn't for them. Yeah. That's not what I do. I'd rather they tried it and were convinced themselves that it was for them. Yeah. And there's potentially other industries. Like our heart and soul is in agriculture, but we aren't that sort of myopic that we don't look outside. And that, in fairness, that's sometimes where you get ideas from, is other industries. That's it. Looking at what they're doing and seeing. Could use that over here or this over there, or definitely. So are these effectively available yet, or so you can, if you wanted to rig up and order one, you could do if you wanted to now? These are on the website. They're not available to order off the website, obviously, because they're quite bespoke and there's quite a lot of money in them. And really, I wouldn't want someone to buy one off the website without talking to them first. Give you a bell first. Yeah. There you go, give me a ring. Yeah. Well, I suppose just one other engineering sort of question is, obviously you arrived at the conclusion that doors are the ideal thing. Did you look at any other sort of ways of doing it? Over the top or pulling it back, or? No, in fairness, I spent a lot of time looking at it. I spent a lot of time trying to work out how to make the doors fold right back on themselves. Yeah. So effectively doing like 230 degrees. Yeah. It's a bit of a fine line between over-complicating things and just getting the job done. Yeah. And so after a lot of sort of trial and error, it's better like this, because then you've got a dead stop on the end of the ramp. Yeah. So that if you do hit something, which inevitably you will, all that force of the door end hitting something is dissipated through everything. Yeah. Not just the hydraulic pipe. Not just going pfft. Yeah. Like that. So yeah, it'll take a bit of pain. Well, on that note, thanks once again for showing us yet another product from JF Hudson and yourselves. Absolute cracker. Can't wait for the next one. Thank you very much. No worries. Catch you again in a bit, eh? Yep.